Cha, play the movie. So we are here playing Force and Destiny. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us while we're getting ready. There's a couple things we need to get off the top. We are sponsored by Skull Splitter Dice, who does not make Force and Destiny dice, so whatever. They do make some really solid D&D dice. Mike described his tray. I saw it. He's going to show it off. Look at that brass. Missing a dice.
Oh, no, it's there. It's there.
It's just the pointy end. Stab them with the pointy end.
Pointy end.
Yeah. So if you need some dice, scroll down on our Twitch. Go ahead and click the Skull Splitter logo and use promo code FeatherFall. Get 10% off that first order. We're also sponsored by Found Familiar Coffee. Some great people in the community. Always helping out. Always, paying it forward. That's not... I don't know. They don't do that. But they are great people in the community. So go ahead and go to foundfamiliar.com/FeatherFall. Get 10% off that order as well by using promo code FeatherFall.
It's a great movie. Pay it forward.
It wasn't, actually. We actually erase all Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, but you got
from life.
Helen Hunt.
And Haley Joe Osment, little Haley. Yeah. Sorry. Movie rant divergence over, which that was a terrible series too. But let's go ahead and get into who we are.
I mean, it's not as bad as Ender's Game, but...
Trolls are thick tonight.
That's it.
Trolls are thick tonight.
That's it. I'm done.
It's not going to be as bad as the new Dune movie, I think it's fair to say. But... So we are here playing Star Wars Force and Destiny.
Not cool.
Not cool.
Not cool.
But we are here playing Force and Destiny every other Sunday night. So you can find us here this Sunday, and then not next Sunday, but the Sunday after here on Twitch. And then we're playing Curse of Strahd the other Sunday. So next Sunday is Curse of Strahd. And then every Wednesday... Cross our finger, Barry. No technical issues. We play Wildmount, which is our Beyond Amends campaign, where the party found some secret numbers that they have no idea what the hell they mean. And then, if you're interested in coming to play on our platform, you can join us in our Discord to play in our one-shots. Chris has a Call of Cthulhu this upcoming Monday, not tomorrow, but the next week. What was that one called? Guiding Light?
The Lightless Beacon, and that's on the 22nd. So if you want to see a first-time DM for Call of Cthulhu muck it up, go ahead and join us.
Yeah.
Not true, though. I'll be a second-time DM. I DM'd yesterday.
How'd that go?
They went murder hobo immediately.
And died.
Yeah, I warned them. I was like, hey, this isn't hack and slash like D&D, You're problem solving, you're investigating. And this guy punched a ghoul and was ripped to shreds immediatally.
It's not Fallout 76. You can't go around punching ghouls, okay?
But anyway, it's going to be fun. I'm excited.
I mean, before we get started, guys, I'm a little upset. I went to the barber, to the hair salon. And I said, hey, you know what I want you to do? Go ahead and trim the sides a little bit. Keep the top really long. Don't take any off the top. And do the first cut she did on the top of my hair. I'm like, and she's like, oh my God. I was just reading what your normal is. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I told you ahead of time. So I gotta regrow it all out. I'm upset.
Look bad. Have you ever seen Law and Order? No. You got hair like Sisto. Like...
Jeremy Sisto?
Jeremy.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to look into that. Also, before we get started, Devin, did you look into Warrior Nun?
Oh, no, I haven't yet.
By the way, you look like the after picture of the weekend after you cut that stupid thing.
Yeah, dude, I will tell you guys, I am so pissed off at how this person cut my hair that like I'm everything you push to me just gets put on a reflection of her skills, and never again will I go to that.
So
person.
Small side note, my adopted brother, he literally gets his hair into like a Japanese top knot, and he would get his hair cut at this place, And this woman kept effing it up and kept cutting into the perfect circle. So he's a tattoo artist, got a perfect circle tattooed on the back of his head, and he just told her, "Don't cut past the line." Couldn't even work with a stencil, and we called the manager over and goes, "Look at this! I gave her a line to work with, and she messed it up and got her fired that day."
Dude, Mike, yeah, I agree. It looks like that, and it is. So he put it in the Discord. It is so. It was the moment it happened. God. I'm just like, you know what, guys?
You know what?
That was 3 months. That was 3 months.
Live roosters living on his head.
Hey, everybody's hair looks bad on Zoom, man. It's okay.
No, my hair looks bad in real life too. So joke's on me, right? But we digress. We're not here to talk about haircuts and our quarantine woes. We're here to play some Force and Destiny. So, Kenna, are you ready?
I am ready.
Take it away.
You know that how sometimes you've seen an episode with people role play and it touches on, the basics of humanity reflected in our fictional characters and how they relate to the universe and each other. Well, that wasn't last episode at all, folks. We just punched for no reason, tried to play around with rules, and Kenna got lost. And really, that's all you need to know about last episode. Back to you.
We also committed an act of arson.
That's right. We set the town on fire.
So that is what happened. If you want to look at it from a holistic viewpoint of the episode, but more specifically, yeah, you were followed by some of Tylo's men, women, people, and instead of asking,
you're gonna say and children.
No kids. Kids were not hurt in the filming of this episode. But you guys, instead of asking questions, decide, fuck this, ambush them and kill every single one of them. And so the guy's like, "Well,
dead bodies.
We're just meant to follow you," and then get shot and punched. So yes, and then you did that, and then you decide to burn it, and you hear Corsac on the way. You decide to run back to the CS Hummingbird. Kenna decided to go her own way, and is now lost in Corellia somewhere. So that's exactly where we're going to pick up. So we're going to pick up with actually the crew of the Hummingbird on the Hummingbird. You did just hear that Kenna is somewhere. I believe you did a little mic check, 1, 2.
Yeah, and we tried navigation. That didn't work.
She couldn't find the Walgreens on the corner.
Yeah. I believe the idea was that we were going to send a message back to Dabri and say we've made contact, we've found Tylo, his operation, and then we were just going to get GTFO, right?
Yeah, we booking.
With or without Ken. I'm kidding.
I'm not.
Maybe.
The last question that was asked, you guys want to know how the medium range sensors on the Hummingbird would affect a triangulation quest to find Kenna from her communication was the last thing that was suggested.
That's right.
Yeah, we were seeing if we could figure out if our sensors could tap into the GPS of Kenna's comm link and get a blip on the map. So I'll say Dryce will be sitting at the computer, at the nav computer, just trying to punch in and try to work around that. That's
sure. Yeah. So you're gonna give me in a very populated city, the main city on Corellia, Coronet. You're gonna give me a computer check.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, it should be.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
What the fuck, is that a thing? And it's gonna be 4 purple.
Oh shit! Yeah, no.
I don't believe you.
You. Are
also, new session. So as we talked last 2 weeks, we rolled over our Destiny pool and our advantages. So new session, we wipe all of that clear. Everybody, go ahead and roll your Destiny pool, so I could use that against you here.
Quick cue. I rolled that computer check. Does that count, or do you want me to erase that one and then I'll do it again?
Yeah, because you probably wait. Did you fail or succeed?
4 failures.
Okay, we'll keep that.
1 threat.
Yeah, we're picking up where we were last week. Welcome,
Not good,
everybody.
guys. This is
it's
a
like-
dumpster fire.
Second verse
So
into the first.
in however that rolled out, I was gonna keep it anyways. It just really goes to my favor. Go ahead, Mike.
I have my destiny roll, so just whenever you're ready.
What? Remind me again. What's a destiny roll or
Just
what dice I'm doing?
The white
one.
the white dice.
One white. Okay.
One white.
Today is going to be a good day because that's 2 light side for the first time ever.
Ooh.
Old light side.
2 light side.
Score.
Wow.
The dice are
One dark side.
not so hot.
On light side.
Yeah.
And one dark side.
Good spread.
That's right.
So we got Roll with 2 light side, Kenna with 2 light side, Dryce 1 dark side, 1 B, 1 light side, Jack 1 dark side. Okay.
I like it. I like it. Good stuff, guys.
Dryce. Yeah. So as you log into your navigation system and you're trying to set up your sensors, you start broadcasting inadvertently, and it alerts that you are not in ambassadorship and that you forgot that the what was changed by Kenna was the backend system. It wasn't your clearance chip. So your clearance chip starts to broadcast, and it instantly a information, a flag has popped up for Corsac.
Sir, I believe you are just. Sir, that is the wrong information you are broadcasting, sir. Sir?
I immediately tried to escape, Control Delete. Kenna wasn't playing around with this, was he? And just starting to fluster and trying to end transmission.
Can I help?
I was wondering if I could go up and hit the butt of my blaster on the system.
Kick the side
all
a
right.
little bit.
So
Kick
since
the
the
tire.
action's already done, you guys can help to revert the broadcast.
Yes. Yes.
So 1B, if you want to roll a computer check, and since you're not trying to pinpoint somebody in the city with a billion comm links, right? You're just trying to stop what you're doing. It's going to be 2 purple.
Purple.
That
1
threat-
success and 2 threats.
Yeah. Okay. So I have 3 threats already,
Yeah.
boys.
Wow.
This ain't gonna be fun.
So you instantly stop, and you reverse the broadcast. Is anybody looking outside? So I imagine you're at the control deck, and how this would see, you can see, maybe 120 degrees in front of you.
So if 1B went and helped with the console, I think I'll look out the window.
Okay. Yeah, and you do see that the patrol has stopped as, these 2 chuckleheads start to freak out at the control panel, and then they turn directly around and start to walk towards the ship.
We got company, guys.
And we're going to pause there. Kenna,
Yes.
what are you doing?
All right. So I am. I'm going to kind of wander carefully out into the main street because I was in an alleyway, and I'm looking for a terminal somewhere to connect. Okay. And I start when I go out into the main alley. I'm just kind of looking around to see what I can see, but not I'm not standing out in the middle. I'm just seeing if there's patrols going by because we just set part of the town on fire.
Yeah, no. So you don't know where you are. I'll put it easy
Okay,
enough
yeah,
that
that's
way.
fine. Yeah, granted.
But you don't see Jack's bar, the Jack Hole, I think is what it's called. You don't see that anywhere, and you just see standard patrols. So Maybe a minute or two of looking, not very hard. You find a console.
Okay. I'm gonna go up to the console and just kind of sit there for a second. Just look around. And I'm trying to like focus on what to do, because I've done it like a billion times, right? And I can't. And I click on the mic. I'm like, Dryce, something's really wrong. Something's wrong. You got to get me.
Not now.
You got to find me, Dryce. And I start.
Now's not the time. And he'll like end the transmit. I forgot what we said our comm links were like, if they were the little.
Did you just hit your enterprise thing?
I did.
Every Star Wars nerd is pissed off now.
Bastard.
So I'll kind of like take the comm link and throw it behind me as 1B is now coming over to assist, I think, within that time frame.
Okay, then I'll try to open a comm link to everybody, like the party chat line. And at this point, I'm screaming for someone to come help me out. And you guys have known Kenna for, like, I guess maybe like some of you like 3 days, 2 days. She's always been really super confident about what she's doing. Probably for the first time in 3 days, you hear fear in her voice, and she's just screaming at the top of her lungs for someone to help her out. Something's wrong.
Are you injured?
Then it goes silent. You can still hear sounds, like the outright sounds, but you don't hear Kenna, and that's that.
So I'm new here. What does the Hummingbird look like? Like, is it a big? Is it a big ship? It's not a big ship, right?
No, it's a cargo ship. So no, not very big. It's got a decent size cargo containment area, and then a small 2-seat command deck, if you will.
Gotcha. All right, I was just curious. I hadn't thought to ask that. So, how quick can we find Kenya? Like, can we try the computer trick again and find her? Like, we got to go now. Like, can we do it while we're flying? Like what's our options here?
You said we had company. What?
We got harbor guardsmen. We got a lot of them, and they're looking right at us. Safe to assume they know we got to go.
We can't really leave without Kenna, but we can't stay here.
Okay. We sure can leave without her. We'll come back and find her later.
I mean, if we can
find my priority.
If we can find where she's at right now, we can fly right over top of her and drop out and get her. But we got to go now. Before they can get to their ships, we got to go.
All right, I'm gonna go move quickly to the captain's chair and start, clicking on and engaging and ready for takeoff. No, I'm kidding.
Number 2. Son of a bitch.
Engage. Yeah, so I'll be doing the pre-flight checklist and getting that going.
Yeah, so we're gonna, while you're getting that going, Kenna,
Yes.
In your panic attack, what you hear, what you see is almost like the snow on a television screen, when it's just all that static. And then you just hear thousands and thousands of whispers, things you've never heard before. And as you, I'll say your pseudo panic attack subsides, it's like right before you emerge from water, you can't see anything. And then you finally come up and it's clear you're back where you are. You gain a hold of those senses and go ahead and roll that force die for me.
Okay. Is it what force die is it?
It's just you just have a force rank of 1, so it will be just 1 white die.
Ooh, a dark side.
Okay, so you have 2 light side, and now how this works is with your destiny pool, you can, if you roll a dark side, you can tap one of your destiny pool to make it a light side. We'll get into morality a little bit later as we progress through the campaign. I haven't introduced that feature yet, but you can do some stuff in there as well. But you can tap that destiny pool, so you would have one light and one dark now.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
And you instantly get the feeling of exactly what you need to do on the computer to send the signal to the hummingbird.
All right, so I'll drag myself up and very crisply and concisely do what I need to do. Like my fingers just move by themselves, and I'll send a signal.
Do we got some beeps and boops on the console?
Yeah, so in Dryce, as you're strapping in, doing your checklists, the signal you were trying to pinpoint instantly just comes up on your radar, and you know exactly where it is. As you're starting to fire up the engines and get everything going, you see Corsac.
I got her.
Pick up the speed a little bit.
I got her. Let's go.
And you
I should say, as kind of a addendum to the shape of the hummingbird, there is a stairwell that comes up, and there is a front-mounted, like, what do they call it? Forward turret-mounted light laser cannon with a little seat up top above the two, like, captain's chairs. So if anybody wants to get up there, there is an extra seat up there that is whoever wants to be the gunner.
Roll, that's you.
I thought
Sure.
it sounded like a roll.
Yeah.
If anything, it's an extra seat, but it's up there.
Yeah, I want to
And
start opening
we-
fire on Corsac.
I got one. We're not out of here yet, kid. Get on that gun.
It's not a huge cannon. It's close range only.
Don't get
minimal
cocky,
damage.
kid.
Yeah, don't get penisy.
Whoa.
Oh, you can't say it. Anyway, I will start to
TOS.
lift off as we got a ping of where Kenna is. I will engage the hyperdrive.
So we are not shooting at the guards, correct?
No, I'm just saying it's there. I'm not saying
so
shoot at
I
the
will
guards.
say, and this is an addendum to the starport that you landed at. It does have like protection here,
Yeah.
so it's not like a defenseless starport. It's got some anti-air guns.
Yeah, this is a cargo ship. It has
What good are anti-air guns when you're at the ground level?
Let's play this out. So
I don't want to play this.
Corsac's gonna pull out a rocket launcher. No, I'm just kidding. What's the Star Wars rocket launchers?
It's not photon torpedoes.
The beam cannons.
Photon torpedo. Let's just switch this over to Star Trek. I feel like that may be better.
Yeah, let's just. We're playing Star Trek.
Star
Get
Trek.
data.
I would not be opposed to Star Trek games.
I wouldn't either.
They both have a star in it.
One
Anyways,
B is
I'm
data now.
engaging and I'm going vertical, and then I'll start going to where Kenna is beeping on the navigation screen.
As you go vertical, and as you start to take off, you hear over your comlink. This is Starfleet. This is base command. What is that? How's that song go? I can't remember.
Ground control.
Thank you. This is ground control. Is what the word I was searching for. We are going to need you to set that back down. We have a discrepancy in our logs. Please set down so we can have further questions.
Everything on my end looks fine. Everything's fine now. We're moving over here, and I'm gonna continue forward.
This is your final warning. Please return to the port that you left, just so we could ask a few questions.
Hey, does this thing go any faster?
I'm going full speed.
In a
We're
starport,
just-
the no wake
just-
zone.
The no wake zone. Because I think we've kind of screwed everything up on this planet. It's time to GTFO. So yeah, I'm moving forward, staying low so that we can quickly drop something. Sorry, Harvey. If we're going down, we're all going down together. But yeah, I'm moving
Only if we
forward.
crash into Kenna.
Staying low so that we can find Kenna.
You know, I once heard that if you stay as close as you can to the buildings, they can't catch you on their radar. Is that true?
Confirmed. Staying low.
All
And
right.
yeah, just
So
going forward.
okay. This isn't going to end well. This isn't going to end well, just so you know. So
the only option.
The moment that you punch it, you suffer a strain.
The ship does?
You do. So what is the max speed of this?
Me personally suffers a strain. Let's see. Speed is 3. Silhouette is 4. Handling, -1.
Ooh.
Speed is 3.
Armor's 4.
Does it have a strain?
Yeah. It has hull trauma is 22 and then system strain is 16.
Okay, it is going to be a system
HP
strain.
and
You're right.
Okay.
So the ship takes the strain or I take the strain?
Ship takes the strain.
Okay. So I got to add a ship strain.
And you're going from 0 to 4 or to 3. So the ship takes 3 strain per speed level.
I don't know any of the rules on piloting, so
yeah. So this is a little interesting. This is first time for everybody.
Okay. So I see the speed track. I can punch it. Okay.
So yeah. So speed in this game is much like movement. Speed is 0. Can't use this maneuver. Just whatever. Speed 1. So how that works is you slowly go through as you're just moving the ship. It's like a maneuver in combat, but as you punch it, it's gonna take your ship's gonna take a little strain. It's gonna degrade a bit. So 0 to 3 in 30 seconds is what this ship's doing. It's not very fast, but now we're also gonna do some evasive actions. We're gonna do this a little bit differently. So we're gonna do this a little bit differently. Give me an astrogation check.
Hoobie Woody?
Can I aid with that?
Does this
astrogation?
Does the ship have 2 pilot chairs?
Yeah, there's 2 up front, 2 kind of facing the back cargo, and then there's the 1 seat up at the turret.
I'll let you upgrade 1 dice from a
and this
green
wouldn't
to
be
yellow.
piloting.
Yeah, we can do piloting. Piloting will be fine.
'Cause I'm way better at piloting.
Ooh,
Like
makes me wanna
astrogation
do-
is plotting the course and where you're gonna go,
Yeah.
while piloting is maneuvering and getting there.
Yeah, because it's agility versus intellect.
Yeah, no, I'll do piloting.
Okay, cool.
I'll do astrogation
be-
after you tell me piloting.
Would this be planetary or space?
It would be planetary.
Okay. So 2 greens, and I have that little minus, so I can minus any setback because I think I have
You have your background, your star pilot.
a special thing. Because the starfighter ace.
I just won't use any setback then.
Okay.
DM could metagame too, fudgers.
And we don't have any advantage, but I can add a force die to this.
Yeah.
So I have intuitive evasion.
Okay.
Perform the intuitive evasion maneuver. Suffer 1 strain and commit a force die up to the ranks of intuitive evasion, which is 1. Upgrade difficulty of combat checks targeting starship or vehicle by equal amount. Suffer 1 strain every round. The force die remains committed. So whatever you're going to add, I can -1. Is it? Upgrade the difficulty of combat checks targeting the starship. So any rifle blast coming towards the ship. Is that what I'm getting?
Yeah. So how these work, and I'll read it for everybody just so everybody can. Evasive action, starships and maneuvers. Evasive action. That doesn't work for you since you're not.
Okay.
So yeah, you're just getting shot by a bunch of like blasters from Corsac on the ground. So there's 2 here and then 2 step out of the booth that were probably the ones communicating to you. So you're gonna take 4 shots. Per shot it'll be 1 purple. If you want a -1 for your force.
Okay.
Dealio. So it'll be your piloting versus 3 purple is going to be your dice pool.
So I will do can I add the force die?
Yeah, isn't that what comes into your
The-
dice pool?
He was
Can I
saying
do
that
the-
you using a force die will negate one of their blasters, basically.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
what
I'm
it's only
gonna-
3
Well, I
purple.
thought that's what you said it did.
Yes.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
how I understood it as well.
So it goes from 3 purple to 2.
No, 4 to 3.
4 to
Oh,
3.
shoot. All right.
Wait, you -2? What you talking about?
So I'm rolling 2 green versus 3 purple.
And
You can do it.
help from 1B.
Help from
So-
1B. I get to upgrade a dice?
Yes.
Okay. Here we go. Let's continue this. One
What's your-
advantage.
What's your piloting ability at?
It's 2 green, and then I have the minus
Which you minus
and a
the
force
setback dice.
die symbol.
Okay.
Piloting in space, it's a yellow, a green, and the minus.
I was gonna say,
Okay,
aren't
that's
you
where
a
it is.
starfighter? That's my background,
Hey.
starfighter.
So, ideally,
Unoptimized
if I
character.
remade this character, I would put more points into agility because that's what this is using. Broken
'Cause I-
character. in
Because I
opposite
think the
direction.
piloting planetary means like planetary vehicles, like AT-ATs or scooters and such. While
Land
space would be-
speeders.
Yeah.
Okay.
While piloting space might be just spaceships, but I'm not sure if that's the actual distinction. I will look that up in the meantime.
Yeah, I'm looking
Have
it up
fun.
right now too.
We're learning, everyone.
Learning as we go.
Learning together.
Because if I could do the space, I'd have 2 yellows.
No. So when characters travel across the surface of one galaxy's numerous worlds, they often stray far from their spacecraft. Smaller craft, particular ones best suited, given planetary inhabitants, are commonly used for surface transportations. These can include repulsor, lift vehicles, watercraft, and aircraft, no matter how the vehicle moves by rolling, gliding, walking, flying, or floating. So it is based off craft. That's a little silly.
No, I mean, yeah. I mean,
Basically, it's
your,
like-
your capabilities as a pilot aren't going to matter what you're in. It's never mattered in the Star Wars universe. Like, the good pilots can jump into any ship, and they're just like,
But that,
yeah, I know this.
But so
I
then,
used to
from
bullseye
Victory.
womp rats in my Q7 back on Tatooine. They're not much bigger than 2 meters.
then that would be the point of not based on craft. So if it were based on craft, it is based on craft. Yes, so that is correct. Planetary is like land speeders,
Okay.
hoverboards,
This is a space roll then.
It's based, yeah.
which thinking logically, space flight would be very different than planetary flight, especially in a city.
All right. I mean, I rolled the planetary.
No. We'll play raw, and I agree. I just my own personal.
So,
opinion.
I think it
it's
might be
silly.
like the controls of a spaceship are very different than the controls of anything you could find on a terrestrial vessel.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care. Like, it doesn't matter. I want you to lose.
Yeah, I'm.
So you have one. Okay, we'll pause. Let's start the rollover. So
Okay,
your
so I'm
dice pool
rolling-
will be space.
I'm rolling 2 yellows versus 3 purples
Yes.
because I'm upgrading one of my greens and I already have a yellow.
Yes.
Okay,
and
here we go.
folks in chat, this is how we learn.
Here we go. It was the exact same as the previous roll when it was exact fucking same. No joke. One advantage and 3 failures.
Oh, we're gonna smash a building, bro.
Dude, or our ship's gonna get blown up.
TPK today.
No.
Dibs on a Wookiee for second character.
Ewok.
Dibs on a fighter ace that can fly.
Who actually used his proper stats.
I see a whole bunch of like flames go up. It's like, yeah, that's probably my ship.
All right.
So
Yeah, I'm with them. Yeah. Anyway, so what's are we calculating damage at this point?
Yeah, this
Okay.
will be fun.
So hard points, what are those? I mean, that's something that I should look up.
Hard
'Cause it
points
says-
is where you can mount other things,
Oh, okay.
like more cannons and
Okay.
and, like
We
other.
may be doing that. So I
That's
have
like
5.
the Pit My Ride of Star Wars.
Oh,
when I
God.
first got in the ship, I said, "You have a whole bunch of hard points that you're not using."
Yeah, you need
So,
an aquarium.
I need to
You
look
need an
up-
aquarium on your console.
Yeah, they really say it's the age of Aquarium.
The Age of Aquarium. Hold on, looking up damage here because this will be fun.
This could be way fun.
All right. So what is your
4 armor.
4 armor. What's your hull?
Yeah. Hull trauma is 22.
Okay, so they're using heavy blaster rifles.
So we just get 1 shot here.
Those do 10 damage.
Oh!
You get hit 3 times.
Yeah.
Oh!
So 3
That could
each
be
hit.
it.
So
18 damage.
6 times 3. And I'm just going to do the 3
18.
failures total, so that doesn't count into the damage. So you take 18 damage as you're leaving. You make it into the city, and you're right over where Kenna's little beacon is. How are you setting this
smoking
down?
and sparking?
So wait a second. What was the total? What was the total damage the ship could take?
22.
22.
We got 4 left.
So you mean to tell me that?
If he didn't use his force ability, we would literally be shot down dead.
Well, this is just something that I don't agree with the game mechanics. That like even heavy blasters could do that much damage to any ship.
A heavy blaster rifle is pretty.
This-
Like it's like a.
Are these like the turret weapons that were used in the Mandalorian, or?
Well, we can Google heavy
Or are these
blaster
just-
rifle.
It's the big chunky one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, at close enough range, those can rip up a starfighter pretty well.
And we're not a
should-
fighter vessel. We're just a.
You should have
Cargo
better
vessel.
armor than four as
So
a cargo ship.
So the heavy blasters are just rifles, like
Yeah.
hand rifles. They're not like
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah, they do
mean-
10. They do 10 damage.
Okay.
I mean, if
I
we,
won't-
like if we
yeah,
want to argue rules, I don't think planetary
tell-
is.
No, I'm not.
No.
I'm not arguing rules or
No,
anything
no.
else. I'm just saying that doesn't seem real.
well, I think
Equitable.
there's because just reading it myself, I was reading like some of the damage stats, and I saw like the walking stick does the same damage as a light blaster, and I'm like, that seems
Tell
a
that
little.
to the guy in Rogue One. I mean,
Um,
you know how to use a walking stick.
So I will be at the cargo bay, hit the button, and throw out a rope. Do we? I can. I'm assuming there's rope. It's a cargo
Yeah.
bay.
I actually have on my body with synth rope.
Okay.
So that would be looped up on a hook in the back. Let's say that.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to tether it and then toss it out and look outside.
I'm gonna run up and grab it as soon as I see it.
I help start pulling him up. We got him as he's on the rope. Like, so, not too fast now. He's hanging on there, or she's hanging on there.
I'm gonna start climbing up now. I'm gonna wait.
So
I was waiting for some DM
no, I'm sorry. I'm reading.
input, but otherwise,
I agree with Mike. I'm trying to find exactly what a ground weapon would do to a spaceship.
Because like this feels very similar to like how the Red Baron got shot down. It's like a World War I vehicle. You know, World War I plane was shot down by ground shots. That's how he got taken out.
The only argument for that is you guys are in pretty damn close proximity. So like if you were to think where the
Still seems
spaceport
weird,
leaves
yeah.
out and then you're trying to like come in and up and around, you know what I mean? Like into the city. So like you're in close proximity to this and like you were a sitting duck for a while. And it's going to
And
take
to
a
be
little
fair,
bit.
we rolled poorly, and they rolled well.
Yep, I'm
They like hit vital engine parts.
Nobody's complaining.
Yep, I'm moving.
Well, somebody is complaining.
Well, no.
He was
This
commenting.
guy.
No, but
It's
it's
like,
fine.
visually, it doesn't feel like Star Wars physics.
Yeah,
as
yeah.
in the
And
world
I
setting.
agree, and that's what I'm
understand
trying to
you're saying.
find. I agree with you, Mike, 100%. And I don't take it as complaining. It's a new system. We're all learning it. So reading this quick cheat sheet that I have, man, it's looking like that.
So but in my mind, and I think Mike's thinking the same. He's thinking like the Falcon flying away from Mos Eisley, where it absorbs a couple stormtrooper shots and nothing happens. You know.
Well, yeah,
I
we're
think-
not the Falcon. So
I know that, but like if a lot of this game is you're playing in the Star Wars world, and you got the images in your brain, and you're mixing with the movie.
The style
Yeah.
that you're used to.
Yeah.
Whole trauma. So whole trauma is weapon damage plus successes minus armor.
Okay.
Right? So
I mean, I'm living with the 18 that you threw.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I love it.
it is what it is. I wasn't like disputing anything. I
Yeah.
That was a simple statement.
It feels off.
It does, and I agree.
Yeah.
I think this is a lack of understanding in the system versus what Devin said and what I think Mike's living is what we have in our headcanon of Star Wars movies. So I'm still traveling. We have Kenna on the synth rope. She's climbing. I'm gonna try to avoid known anti-aircraft and get out of range.
Straight up.
Yeah,
You tell me how that works.
So nobody has really picked up outside of spaceport that you're doing anything wrong.
Okay.
And I'm trying to pull up the actual rule book, by the way. This cheat sheet leaves a bit to be desired if you don't. Yeah, no. So you pull out and it's the worst. You pick up Kenna, and who's the mechanic on this ship, by the way?
It would
Nobody. There is no mechanic for the ship.
It's kind of like a mixed bag between 1B and myself, I would imagine.
What would the skill check be for that? Oh, I see. Mechanics.
Mechanics.
Me.
Three green.
Let's see.
1B. So as Dryce is going to pick up Kenna, you can walk back and try and stabilize a little bit better.
I got a yellow and a green in that.
Amateurs.
I'm a flesh mechanic, sir.
You don't work on metal. Yeah, I didn't. Ooh, I know where I'm spending my experience points. That's solid repairs in the Starfighter Ace skill tree. So if we're kind of like moving out, I will get out of my seat and kind of hand over the navigation to 1B, and I'll go kind of do a damage check. Unless anybody has a better mechanic.
I'm gonna go up to Dryce. Dryce, very calm. Dryce, do you need me to pilot or repair this?
Repair, and I'll pilot.
I'm gonna go and do my mechanic check.
Okay, I'll go back. We need to have a conversation later, and I'll go back and kind of 1B and myself will continue piloting.
If I go with Kenya and hand her tools, like give me the Phillips, give me this, flathead, can she get any kind of benefit from that?
No, because
No.
I have mental tools. I already pick out the right tool automatically.
Boom.
Gotcha.
So I found damage types in ships, and an auto blaster in a ship. And I guess I don't know. I don't know how to convert it, right? So an auto blaster in a ship is 3 damage. A blaster cannon light is 4. Blaster cannon heavy is 5. So these are actual ship damages. But now when I look at a heavy blaster rifle, again, of course that's against human and whatever, right? It's 10. It's 10, right?
Seems.
That doesn't seem right against a ship.
Right. And so I don't know how to calculate the difference between ground fire versus.
It sounds like there's 2 different types of combat. Basically, there's weapon damage between vessels, and weapon damage between people, but there's no conversion chart.
Yeah, there's no conversion chart. So, Mike, I agree with you.
It should assess a penalty if it's planetary versus space vessels,
and maybe there is, and we just don't know it.
I don't see anything
Got
in the rule book.
Well,
I've gone through the entire.
Yeah. I'm good with like going kind of DM's discretion here. Like I'm gonna tell you what I would do as the pilot here, and we could muddle through it.
Well, I would think a heavy blaster rifle from a ground force would be equivalent to the basic blaster rifles on a ship.
So we would get some hull trauma back.
You would get a lot. You would get a fucking lot back.
Well, I'll take it because we're
okay. So I found a thread about this. I couldn't find this in the book anywhere, so can someone explain how combat should work with a personal weapons blasters against a vehicle? I know that 1 point of armor is equivalent to 10 points of soak.
Oh, so I have 40 soak then.
So you would have taken 30.
Nothing.
And note
Because
that
he has 4.
existing official weapons, it is impossible to damage an Armor 3 vehicle with personal weapons.
Interesting.
Hey, we don't take shit.
So, but
We
what,
fucking
but what
out of
is
here,
it?
boys.
Like,
Let's
okay,
go.
Part of
But
the irritation.
I don't know how accurate that is. I literally just went to a forum, so it was the first thing that popped up when I looked up Star Wars RPG determining blaster, pistol versus ship.
So what I'm gonna do, and I think this is a little bit easier, is I'm going to let me go back to the damage table. I'm gonna equate.
And I just read the opposite, that from a spaceship to ground ratio, like if you're shooting at people with your ship, it's 10-1.
Ooh, light them up.
So that's interesting. So you have 3 armor.
4 armor.
4 armor.
You even commented that he should have more armor than that. With this new knowledge, that makes more sense.
Yeah, that sounds.
There you go. So armor and whatever it is.
So GM rule here is we're gonna say that's the rule because I like it and it makes sense, and I 100% agree.
Yeah.
1 armor is equal to 10 soak.
Okay.
Ground weapons do 10. So they do, if they do 10, it's 1 armor, right?
Yeah.
I think that's fair. And I think if we were to look at the ship, I agree with the 10-1 damage. So 10 damage.
Okay. So
Do 1 hull damage.
Yeah. So you take no hull damage.
Okay.
So
So
if I-
superficial blaster rings on the.
Yeah, I like that.
Scorch marks.
You actually dotted the eyes on the hummingbird.
2. I like
Just
it.
have to buff it out.
That should.
I like that. I think that's.
That makes
It makes a little more
irritating,
sense.
makes like a lot of sense.
But it's a
That
little
matters.
irritating. It's not
like
in the
3 other
damn
forums,
book.
and everyone else is saying the same thing, so it seems pretty legit.
Okay.
It's not in the book anywhere.
That's weird.
Like, and
Yeah,
that's.
I think it's like in one of the compendium books or something.
Oh yeah, you
He's
gotta
about
buy
to say
the.
there's
You gotta buy
15
the
books.
paid
that's
DLC
$60.
for that. I
What is
wonder.
it?
Pay to learn.
A game?
Pay to play
Oh
game.
my god, pay to learn. Imagine if like EA got a hold of like online schools.
Wow.
No. All right.
EA buys
Sorry.
Wizards of the Coast. Let's go.
So I like that.
Okay.
I like it
So
too.
Dryce feels a little more comfortable. He'd still like Kenna, because he's kind of pissed at Kenna for separating. He would still like Kenna to go and look at and just check if anything is damaged. And I'd continue and bounce on out of here.
So I'm just finishing the very end of the rule book real quick, just to see if I can see it anywhere in the rule book.
See if I can find a way to
No.
stick it to you.
No. Like
I'm kidding.
it's more. It's more
I
of an
know you as a
irritation.
DM.
It's more of an irritation because put it in the goddamn rule book. Like, this can't be the first game that has ever come up with this question of ground fire versus.
Well, obviously
vehicle
not.
fire.
There's
Yeah.
forum suggestions. Yeah.
Right.
And if it was
Well,
okay,
not
they
just
did a
that.
terrible job.
But running to your spaceship away from the stormtroopers is like a trope. Like it's
Right,
an
yeah,
every
exactly.
Star Wars movie.
100%. Anyways, okay. So
So-
GM rule, remember for everything. Thank you, Mike, for questioning it because it really brought out the rule. And this is why I want to say, if you guys ever have a question, please don't hesitate. I may give you a little shit, but we'll look it up and we'll make it right.
Well,
So-
no. The only reason I really question it is because I don't know if you guys have ever played any Palladium games. Rifts. Yeah. Okay. So they have a completely separate damage scale for
Category.
for person to person combat and vehicular combat or ship to ship combat, because they have I don't know, Harvey, correct me, it's mega damage, and then what's the standard?
There's like oh god, it's been so long, but yeah, there's like damage, mega damage, and like ultra damage. But basically, it's like 1 point going to a lower scale is like hundreds or thousands of damage. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
But it would
And-
be easy enough to just put this rifle does 10 soak, this ship cannon does 10 damage, or 10 armor, and then 10 soak equals 1 armor, whatever. 1 armor equals 10 soak. Just put the fucking conversion in the damn book. Anyways.
Yeah. Okay, so it says it's on page 230 in the CRB. Starts a long section on starship and vehicle combat.
Core rulebook, 230.
I mean, that handout, too, that Devin found has a lot on page.
230 is recovering strain.
I forgot about that.
So there's actual co-pilot mechanics.
224.
Yeah, I saw
has a
that.
blacked
That
out
doesn't-
text block on
No,
starship.
it says it right there on page 230. It says, starships and vehicles operate on a different scale referred to as planetary scale. When dealing with a vessel's weapons, armor, and hull trauma threshold, every point is equal to 10 points of equivalent characteristic and personal scale. For example, a laser cannon
Are
with
we
a
in the
base
same
damage of
rule
3.
book?
Are you looking at the Star Wars Force and Destiny book or
Yeah.
the core
Yeah.
rule book?
The Force and Destiny
Force
book.
and Destiny rulebook. Page 230 is Stimpaks.
Are you on 230? Look in the bottom corner of the actual page,
Oh,
not the
I'm sorry.
230 you type in.
No, yeah, it's 230. Starships, vehicles, and scale.
Okay, I see it now. Sorry, folks. This is thrilling entertainment, I imagine.
Well, it was exciting.
It is exciting because we learned
Yeah,
something
we thought
every
we got
day.
really messed up for a second.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, I like it. Sorry, Fantasy Flight Games, I take back what I said. You did it right.
But they are right in the forum. It's a 10-to-1 ratio. So
Yeah.
if you have a laser cannon mounted to a starfighter that does base damage of 3, if it would do base damage of 3 fired at another spacecraft, but 30 points of damage when fired at a human. Conversely, a human-sized blaster would need to deal 10 points of damage to a starship to
That's how I'm
even
gonna kill you all.
1 point.
Blah, blah, blah.
You're all dying by... No, I'm kidding. All right, so we found it.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody. We can cool the fires. Kenna successfully picked up. You guys are about ready to jump out of the orbit of Corellia. Dryce, I will say, as you're kind of heading up over Corsac, Kenna wasn't too far away from Jack's Bar, a couple blocks. So you do see that the cindering or the smoldering ashes. The smoke is slightly going up. It's hard to get out of the nasty pollution of Coronet, but you can see where that fire happened. They do have the blaze under control. It hasn't spread too far. Maybe a building or two to its adjacent to it, but you are successfully able to exit the planet.
I throw off my headset and go, woo! No, I don't do that. So I'm gonna, through the comms of the ship, I'm gonna ask, where are we headed?
Coruscant.
Just
Why?
for clarification, where is that?
Coruscant is where you originally met Dabri.
Dabri. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Dryce would agree. Probably best.
Is there anybody in the group that wants to say, forget Corellia, forget Coruscant, let's just go do our own thing?
At this point, Jack's along for the ride. Are we having this in character, or are we just metagaming for a minute?
In character.
Oh, in character. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I'm just along for the ride. You all tell me. I mean, I have no ties here anymore.
We were told by Dabri. We did what was asked from her. We found Tylo. We saw the operation. We have information to give, and maybe they can clean up that mess. We obviously are not equipped. We get those credits paid, and then roll. I'm kind of with you.
And it almost got us killed. It almost lost you your ship, and we're now wanted by Corsac.
And Tyler's bounty hunters.
We did not meet that 24-hour.
And we still got time.
We do.
You did leave the keys to the bar there, though, so he's got that.
Yeah, that's payment. Because we are owed. I wrote 200 credits on completion. Is that a piece?
That's
Yeah,
a piece.
And
Okay.
that's not
Because we each got 50
Okay, gotcha.
in advance.
So Dryce would be pushing for that.
But you get the point. 200 credits isn't a ton.
Doing more than I got.
For scouting?
Equivalent, like what? Like, is it a 1-to-1 dollars to credits?
A stim pack's 50. You start with 500.
Well,
Yeah.
Level 1,
okay.
you start with 500.
It's just
compromise is we send a transmission to Dabri. We don't travel there. We go find a bar somewhere and reassess.
No. Yeah.
The night the lights went out.
Yeah. I'll turn that later. We need to stop at least at Coruscant. I have something to drop off to Dabri. We can do anything we want afterwards if we're going to stay together, but I have a couple of business things to do on Coruscant. I'm doing this to the comm. Yeah.
Like what?
Oh, it's like a whole bunch of Nunya. And stop the comm.
Well,
Oh man. Dryce at that point will take off because he's got like his piloting comm on, so he doesn't have to hold the thing. He's going to take off the headset and just kind of like stare into the oncoming stars as we're now up and moving along.
I mean, do you all have like family meetings or something? We can talk about this. We all just want to talk over the comms.
I'll hit the autopilot button because there's one.
Ow.
Yeah, that's actually it's on 1B. And I'll turn my captain's chair around and get up and kind of go to part of the cargo section where there might be a table and some chairs, whatever. We can, play this out. We need to talk and figure out where we're going. Better to do it face to face, like Jack said.
Is Kenya here?
I am. You hear me like kind of in the back, kind of rustling around in my thing, in my space where I like sleep, grabbing my bag and stuff, and I'll head out toward the table.
All right. When you come into view, I'm sitting at the bench and chair tables, whatever we got to sit at. I'm gonna reach into my coat, grab the jar of water, toss it to you,
Catch it.
and then I'll pull out a bottle of some kind of purplish liquor and set it on the table. Take a swig of it and then set it on the table.
Setting it on the table for like communal use,
Yeah.
or okay.
Yeah.
I will take off my, like my version of oxygen pack and pour a little in and click it back in, and then it starts feeding. You can see that purple feeding through the tubes in a diluted fashion. Well, it looks like we're at a crossroads and need to figure out what we need to do. With our communication abilities, we don't need to go to see Dabri. So, Kenna, this has to be pretty important, I think. And after the stunt you pulled running away and getting split up, you don't have a lot of pull, at least with me.
So I open up my bag and I put the lightsaber on the table.
You had that the whole time?
About 5 years ago, my dad and I, on Peroni, the planet we live on, was given this by a Jedi. Now, if you ask me what he looks like, I can't tell, because anytime I think about his face, it's erased. It was there. I know we had a conversation, but it's completely erased from my mind. Okay? And what he said, I can't remember, but he paid us credits to repair it. This is not what it normally looked like, but the saber was sick, right? I have this weird way of having things talk to me, especially machines. So it was sick. So I made it healthy. The problem is and it's covered like it looked like a stick, like it's covered in wood, except for like the little metal parts that stick out to light it up. It having problem with the heat. So I put this type of tree. It grows on Peroni, and you can't set it on fire. So it's the best like heat insulation you can possibly find. So I fixed it all up, right? But I can't remember who to give it back to. And the crystal inside, it's the only thing that won't talk to me. So I want to return this back to Dabri and get it to work or something like that. That's what I have. That's my secret. Also, I need a haircut. My hair's just a mess. I need a bath, like a real long bath, and I just need like a whole night not to worry about getting killed or drug smugglers. We can do that later. I actually really like you guys. I'm not going back home, and I hope you'll let me take along. I'm a good mechanic. Yes, I do panic in situations and cause chaos, but I'd like to think that's a good thing.
Would Coruscant have a place to do like ship upgrades and all that?
Coruscant's like the biggest planet.
I mean,
Huge, man.
I don't know names in Star Wars, so
it's
pardon my
it's
ignorance.
where the Emperor lives in the original trilogy.
Yeah. So then, okay.
Well, it's not originally where he lives, but it's when you see where the Senate's at. That's where it's at.
Gotcha.
Nerds. A bunch of nerds in here. It's like saying Congress lives in Washington D.C. Devin.
So yeah, there would be somewhere there for you to get some upgrades done to your ship.
He just ignores it and moves on.
Do you have issue?
Good comparison, though.
Do you have issue with stepping back into Coruscant?
I mean, I've personally never been there, so can mark that off my list.
I can feel you shaking your head. What? Speak.
He doesn't like my headband.
No,
You're a pretty princess.
He keeps the headphones on.
we can find a spot to lay low, kinda, and not be out there, and still talk to Dabri. We don't have to go to Coruscant to do that. Do you need to go to Coruscant? Do you have to go to Coruscant, or do you just want to lay low for a while?
I will stay with the majority of you guys. I want to actually kind of talk to Dabri a little bit about some things, but I mean, we don't have to do it right away. If we want to die down to the heat dies down a little bit, that's fine with me too.
I mean, could we like send our message and say like, by the way, Kenya's gonna come visit you, but we got other business, and then let her go do. We all go together, but then she can go talk to Dabri, and we can get the ship fixed and start making plans for where we go from there. I mean, is that you guys don't have? I mean, is there a reason you don't want to see Dabri? This Dabri?
I feel like we maybe failed, and I'm worried about the repercussions of that. So where transmission you are not face to face might be cowardly, might be safer.
Is this Dabri like bad news?
She's a little old lady.
She's a Jedi.
She's
Jedi.
a Jedi.
They have all of us indexed.
And they found us.
Of us. True. Let's compromise, I think. Send a transmission. Tell her we're on our way. See how she feels. If it seems hairy, maybe turn the other way. If it feels like we're in good graces still with the information that we've provided, Kenna can take care of her stuff. Roll. We can lie low. We can check the damage on the hummingbird. We can find a new adventure, new mission, or we part ways. But at that point, we have fulfilled our task one.
I mean, I have no objections. Like I said, I'm just along for the ride. I don't have any ponies in this one.
Sir, I will follow you anywhere you lead.
I know you will, 1B. I know. That's what I
Do
like
we get
about
paid?
you. Yes, there are credits on the line. Roll, is that these terms good for you?
Yeah,
All right.
I agree.
I'm going to punch in Coruscant on the nav and let it go autopilot. I don't know. I don't know if this thing has like hyperdrive, whatever.
Yeah, it
It
does.
does.
It should,
We talked
yeah.
about that already.
All
So
right,
I did
it
find
does.
in that cheat sheet that we found.
So
we
we'll
found. Apparently,
bust
it's where can we stick our pens tonight? On our
fun game.
faces. On our
It's a fun
face.
game.
Oh,
Sorry.
man, okay. Sorry, didn't understand for a second. Well, yeah.
Yeah, so everybody at one point took a pencil in either beard or hair. Anyways, yeah, we found actual hyperspace travel times.
Okay.
So you're within region, and it looks like from the fancy cheat sheet that's 10 to 72 hours. So Corellia is pretty close to Coruscant. So we're gonna say it's gonna be about 24 hours.
So yeah, I definitely put it on the autopilot, let it go.
Take a little break.
Yes, sir.
Clean up. And during that time, I will put out a transmission to Dabri that we are on our way. Or ask Roll to do it. I don't know that Bryce would trust him. But
You gotta meet Roll if you're talking.
I was not, but I can put out the message to Dabri.
So
I'll entrust that to you, and then I'll go and do my.
did we
cleanups and-
determine this is email type stuff, or is it more like face-to-face interactions, like
Fax
Palpatine
machine.
and the Viceroys?
I like that where it's like just this blue, scratchy silhouette of your figure.
I like that.
I like the flavor of that.
Beautiful
So
figure.
everybody's cool.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and let's role play that. Roll.
Do I have to do the?
No, it already does that.
The machine handles that.
So as you chime in and you see Dabri's beautiful face and well, I've heard quite a bit of your travel to Corellia already.
Don't believe half of what you hear.
So what?
So-
were you successful?
You asked us to look into the spice trade, and we did. But nothing was as it seemed, and we got into a pretty hairy spot.
Plus some.
So-
Yeah, that is what I my reports have showed me, but I guess mission complete. Head on in, and we'll see you when you get here.
Okay. Do you need us back at the temple for any reason?
Well, I mean, I could transfer your payment electronically. Send you an e-verify. Just need your e-signatures, and we can.
We can come back to the temple. Do you need anything else from us on this mission?
Well, I mean, if you wanted mission number 2, it's here for you.
Okay. I'll talk to the rest of the crew here, and we'll maybe show up. We'll be there when we can.
Where do you guys want to go? I suppose if you're on the way to Coruscant. Or
Yeah, I mean, I guess are we gonna have like a little conversation because we said we'd do the message. I guess we need to find out what Rawl said and then make a decision from there, right?
Yeah. I think I'm going to permanently just post up at the table, and I'm imagining it has like bench seating, like a diner,
Little 3D chess set.
Yeah, no 3D chess set. But a table, and I'm just permanently posted up there.
I am waiting for everybody. Like you'll see, Kenna, and this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna literally start talking to the ship. Start like straight up communicating with the straight like so. You'll see me just go like, and kind of like trying out that whole new sense I got. Kind of like testing it.
meld.
Yeah.
Sir, when we are up to speed, I suggest we cut engines and go to a low profile so we do not register upon sensors. We should coast to our destination. I didn't catch what you said, I'm sorry.
Make it so.
God damn.
You gotta stop that.
Yeah, asshole.
That sounds good.
You are my number 2.
Who does number 2 work for?
Well, I'll make my way back to that table where Jack's at, and if anybody else is back there, do you feel like you made the right choice? Coming with us?
I don't really think about choices and right and wrong. seemed like the best one at the time.
Well, as long as you're not regretting it, I guess it's the right choice.
I've been there a long time. It's kind of nice to have a little excitement again and a little change of pace.
I couldn't see staying there. I was there for that little amount of time, and I couldn't see staying. Kind of an ugly place.
It was. 7 years there.
Well, it seems like you were doing good work there, helping the people that needed help. I think that's made the decision easy for you to come with us, I guess.
I'm kind of feeling him out, just trying to get like an idea of why. Like, what do you looking for something?
I don't know yet. Looking for purpose, maybe. For so long, I was, the fighter pilot. Coming in, saving the day.
Sorry, I meant like with this conversation. Are you fishing for something?
You see like all the cilia on Dryce's arms, and he's got like those chitinous plates that kind of build his external armor, and those cilia come up around his neck, and you see all of those just starting to stand up, like he's a little tense. Just starting conversation, I guess.
Yeah.
You're not hiding anything, are you?
No, I mean that's not the right word for it. Everybody's got their pasts. Some of them ain't too pretty, and sometimes people got to do a whole lot of good to make up for it. So I like to focus on the good.
Whatever it's worth, you're on the right side of mine. In my eyes, and he'll kind of like, he doesn't really have eyes. You can't see me. So I guess we can end it at that. If I'm making you uncomfortable.
No, you're not making me uncomfortable. It's been a long time since I've been around anybody but the poor, sick, and tired and injured. So spent a long time working, helping people, and I don't know. This is very different for me. I don't know where it's going, but it feels like the right thing to do. I can't explain it. So you're not making me uncomfortable. This is all very new to me. So this is Dabri, right? So she's a Jedi. You said when we were running around back there something about the Jedi, and you hadn't said anything. Like, what's your deal with them?
Got a message one day saying you've been indexed. Come see Dabri.
Does that mean you're like one of them?
I don't know what that means yet. I'm kind of new with this Jedi stuff. Not something I really put too much thought into. I knew it was always there. Knew they were there. The Force has its purposes in this world, this galaxy. I'm waiting for more information before I make a decision, I guess. Seems like, I don't know what Roll can do, but it seems like Kenna, and I'll kind of like nod over to Kenna, feeling out the picks and humbars in the in the hummingbird there. Cable Guy reference. Seems like she might have something going on. Might be worth checking out.
And this Dabri's like what, like training you, or what's the word? Are you like Padawans?
Again, I think this was our introductory mission to see maybe if training happens. But we kind of blundered big time. Not sure where it goes from here.
Sir, to be correct. We did get information. We just did more than asked.
It just, it felt like it was us running around. Wasn't
That is correct.
was not thorough, was not strategic, stealthy.
That is also correct. We did find the facts, but it was then exceeded.
Messy, yes. So, Jack, I have no idea what's coming up. No idea what Dabri's gonna say.
Do you mind if I'm like there with you guys when you talk to her?
I don't see why not. It might put us in a better set of graces with her if we play up the fact that we rescued you from a terrible situation.
Though I do not believe you will be paid.
I can't guarantee credits. That's right.
You have a home with us, orphan boy.
Well, I mean that's fair. I mean I'll at least be given an opportunity to make my case, right? I mean, I did help out.
I will do whatever I can to get you paid, or at least acknowledged as a positive force, positivity in this this mission. Yes.
Okay.
For what it's worth.
Well, I appreciate that.
At that, I'd probably kind of close out that conversation and head back and just, close that tab. Go sit up in the captain's chair and just kind of monitor.
Rishun,
Unge.
during that whole thing, what is Roll doing? I know Ken is over there loving the wall.
I'm just sitting there listening.
I was imagining you in the gunner cockpit, just like, yeah, no, I'm getting a feel for this thing.
You let a few shots go every once in a
Yeah.
while.
Oh, desk pop.
It's like when you gotta clap tongs together every time you pick it up, or
Yeah, hell yeah, you do.
gotta make sure it works.
Okay.
Well, if Roll's there, maybe I would train my conversation over to him.
I mean, speaking of Dabri, Roll, how did your communications with her go?
She didn't sound too enthused about what she'd heard from Corellia. If that's what you're asking.
Well, it's better to have her. There's nowhere to go but up, I guess. If she already knows we kind of screwed up a little bit, she has time to think about it, and we can let her know about the good things.
What exactly were the good things, though? I mean, what did we really find out? Not much. I mean,
Well, as 1B so poignantly pointed out, we got the information. The task at hand was completed. We have Jack.
Yeah,
You think
I mean,
Carboli's dead?
Do we think he's dead?
Yeah, I mean, we went there. There was a whole bunch of guys there. I guess waiting for us. Do you think he's dead?
I think Carboli was on a path created by himself to death. Maybe we sped that up, but he seemed to.
And I'm thinking back to that conversation we had of him, where we'll just get some dynamite, and we'll go blow everything up, and
he in a very reckless lifestyle.
Yeah, he was kind of a jerk.
So, if you're all freaked out about going back to this Dabri, I mean, what's the worst that can happen? I mean, you flunk your Jedi entrance exam. I mean, okay, you don't need to be. I mean, I don't even know if you like. If this is what you want. I mean, if you here to be a Jedi, I mean,
1B.
You just exploring opportunities.
I'm
talking like and out loud to the group, like anybody.
I'll sit down at the table.
Be a Jedi?
Please teach me the ways of the Force.
Raid sirens.
Somebody dropping a nuke in your backyard?
Like I said, it's a pragmatic power that I am neither here nor there with. Again, I want to help. I want to find purpose again.
I mean, you don't have to be a Jedi to do good and help out, right?
Exactly. So
I would say that Whistler is trying to get his feelers out there. Ha, ha, ha.
Nice humor, Chip, and the bot there.
Thank you. They say that humor is good bedside manner for patients.
He's got a couple zingers in there. Yeah.
Now,
Your mother.
This suit is black, not.
I'm personally not impressed with the Jedi. Never have been. But they don't seem as the monsters that they were made out to be. And I'm kind of curious to find out why my family made them out to be such. And right now, the only person I have is an alcoholic father who's on his way to death. So it looks like I'm just going to have to find out what the Jedi mean by myself. It's more with curiosity. And apparently now I have force powers, which is weird. But I want to find out kind of where this all goes, what this all leads to.
And as you say some of those things about your family and kind of where you're at, I mean, either you could tell me or I'll roll. I did like a perception check to see, like, am I seeing a change in Kenna's kind of demeanor? Like, is she not being that quirky, kind of, and you're kind of like zoning in? How's that looking?
Yeah, no, her voice, like you've noticed in conversation, like she's not all over the place. Her voice is very kind of measured and metered, and she's talking normally. She's not like, she doesn't have those rants anymore. She actually appears like she knows, like she's all with it now. Like she's like focused back. Again. So that's the way she's been acting. I mean, other than the weird, like, talking, like looking at the wall and the ship, but like other than that, like when she talks, she's actually really crisp and very kind of focused on what she's talking about.
It's that focus that Dryce is picking up that kind of works with his insect brain and is like task oriented. And then he's, Kenna, I think we can help you. And if you need to see Dabri, we'll get you to see Dabri. And we'll figure this out, help answer some of these questions.
Thank you.
But as far as being a Jedi myself, that is not a goal. If it happens, it'll happen, but we'll see. And at that point, I'll exit the table and go sit in the captain's chair and kind of zone off.
Okay. Is there anything anybody else wants to do before we reach Coruscant Prime?
Yeah. So the Hummingbird, is it able to send like encrypted communications?
It has the sensor range of medium again, and it has a Navi computer. I'm looking over just the. I would say yes, but if the DM wants to rule otherwise, I would imagine there's some other like little messaging console that Roll was at when he was talking to Dabri.
Yeah.
That does. It's kind of like the house computer that does a little,
Yeah.
That does a little bit of everything. That,
I would say it can.
the kids use and stuff.
It's not. I would say it's the method of transport and not the system itself, right?
Okay. All right.
So you could.
So yeah.
So would it be like the hologram, or let me say this: the hologram thing? Is it out in the open? Can everybody see it, or is it like more private?
So the way I'm envisioning this ship is there's the two captain, co-pilot. Right behind it, there's like passenger seats, and then off to the side of one of those passenger seats, there's that little computer that he was at. So it's kind of off to the side. If I'm sitting at the pilot seat, I can't see what you're doing. I wouldn't be able to see it.
Okay.
But then the back cargo area is just like a straight hole that anybody back there could turn an eye and see you. But
All right, so I don't want to do the hologram. I don't want to talk out loud.
You
So
can do it,
I'll
Pat.
go. I'll go to the terminal. Like when everybody seems kind of distracted, and I'm gonna send a message. The message says, "Situation compromised. Burned establishment on the run."
Burn this motherfucker down, Pookie. Okay. Yeah, and it goes out pretty easily. You've done this before, and it's not like a super complex. All right. Anybody else before we get there? Okay, so we'll fast travel. A couple hours. You guys get some sleep. So you do have a long rest. Go ahead and I think if you have any soak, go ahead, or strain. Go ahead and remove it.
Yay!
If you have any wounds, I believe there is a wound calculator there.
I can take care of that.
Yeah, I would just. Also, 1B, I would think you would just go around. Splash
1B, I'm
everything.
going to hand you my 2 stim packs.
Unnecessary.
All right. You said you were out last time.
He can make one a day.
Huh?
Yeah, basically once a day or once per encounter I can have
Oh.
one because of my med kit.
All right.
But I unnecessary.
Are y'all just using?
And then
are
just
y'all
keeps one.
Are y'all just using like a piece of paper to track like your wounds and that, or do you have a tracker or counter or anything?
I just made a notepad.
All right.
So with that, you guys come into the same spaceport and the same landing strip at the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. Dabri is not at the landing pad to come meet you. And
okay,
there's nobody
I'll
there.
do once around the Hummingbird and kind of check where blasters hit, and just kind of get an idea of what kind of repairs might need to be made.
I'll follow Dryce.
Yeah, so on the right side, you do see that it has some blaster shots. The rings with like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
black dust mark circles. No damage though.
Superficial. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
this looks
good, Kenna.
badass.
That's
It's
good.
a scar. Okay.
Nothing major.
Good.
Hey, Kenna. Now that
Yes.
it's just you and I, can you do me a favor and stay close?
Yes, sir.
Stick together.
Don't get lost.
Okay. I just, when stuff goes flying, we need to be able to get out of there.
You want me to get that little backpack with a string on the back?
Yeah, I'm gonna. No, not that far. Just
Okay, just ask it.
stay close. All right, are we on our way to see Dabri?
Okay. So what are you doing?
I'm heading to Dabri.
What do you? Yeah.
Oh, but you said she's not there, or
She's not
she's
at
just
the
not out on
landing
the deck?
Yeah, she's not out on the landing pad.
Okay, yeah, we'll go. I guess I would head to where we first met with her.
Just
And
making
see
our
if-
way downtown.
Yeah, walking by.
Stop. Yeah, so as you walk through, familiar sight except for you, Jack. I imagine you're all going together. And
Yep.
again, it is awfully quiet. What you think is usually can see as a buzz. There's a lot of room. There's a lot of space for people to do things. There is nobody. And you see stations are actually powered off at this point. So like the Jedi library and all the holocrons are just off.
Is this normal?
Was it like prayer hour or something?
You continue down. And you do see Dabri in that Jedi Council room. Doors open. No issue walking in.
Oh, we were a little worried you weren't here, Dabri. Everything's dark out there. Dabri.
I'm collecting my thoughts. I would like to say hello, Jack. It is nice to see you.
Hello, Dabri.
And you did. She chuckles. You did. You did the mission, I suppose, and a bit more. Um, I guess the main thing is that you have confirmed that Corbali has progressed past where we've asked him to be.
He seems a little loose.
I was not completely forthright. I don't really care what Tylo is doing. Spice trade and the Jedi aren't really. It was strictly on Corbali's reactions to it, and
Is this normal for the missions you send people out on? Give them a wrong lead.
the information you gave was sent to Corsac, and the spice trade will be shut down. So the good side is that you did well, and then we will be bringing Corbali back and handling that on our own. So,
Oh, good, he's arrived.
So we did good by not following him.
yes, and you.
Okay. There's a little bit of relief in Dryce's body where because that was a serious thought for a while to go follow Carbali, but
Yeah.
you see a little like visual relief in his body.
And I will say I did know you would pick up an additional.
Well, you want to like tell me my future or something? You like a fortune teller?
Not a fortune teller. We knew you were there, and we knew you wouldn't respond to our messages.
Destiny.
Force and destiny.
You
What?
are forced into destiny.
Are you trying to tell me? Are you trying to tell me that one person on another planet, long way away, you knew me and I was coming?
Well, the Force works in mysterious ways, and we there was a small chance that this would happen. But like the others, Jack, you have also been indexed, and you have been identified to have Force sensitivity.
You're one of us.
What like I mean, I've never done any of the stuff
Well,
like
it's not always hand waving and mysticality. Sometimes it's small enhancements. Maybe sometimes you sense things that other people's may not see right away, or you can jump a little bit farther than the next person.
Jack's gonna think like for a minute, like he's remembering something. Yeah, I mean, there's been times where I don't know, I felt like I might be a little more emotional about things that happen than other people.
All by design.
So what do I owe you tuition? Like what does that even mean? Like
Well, as explained.
What happens from here?
Well, as explained to some of these others, the indexing was a part of a understanding of the Force sensitives that are out there. Now, you weren't chosen to be a Jedi for some reason or another, for something in your past, whatever it may be. Maybe we got to you too late. But you were put into a registry, and we were... I mean, it's not that we keep track on you, it's just if you were to pop up, we know who you are.
Great. I'm in another database.
How is like alarm bells not going on for everybody? I'm being indexed? What the fuck?
All right. So what? We got work for you. We free to go. Like,
your choice is your own.
We'd like to speak with you about your vehicle's extended warranty.
I think Jack is asking the questions that we may all be unaware of, that we need to ask. Where do we go from here? What does this mean for us?
Well, I mean, there's couple options. I don't really have any work for you right now. You are all free to stay here, learn about your force. I can't officially train you, but that doesn't mean I can't give you, the tips and tricks of the trade. It's a YouTube video how to.
Top 5 Jedi hacks.
Please, you don't need to raise your hand. Do you have a
My
question?
Cilia is like picking up Kenna, like being kind of awkward and
Top 5 Jedi hacks.
Kenna, go. Now's the time.
Yes, you don't need to raise your hand. You're on mute. I can't hear you. Your voice is not registering to my ear holes.
Getting closer.
I said it's really better if I do. And so I take the lightsaber out of my bag and put it on the table. And I gave the story again. I was like, look, 5 years ago, there's some guy, I'm figuring he was a Jedi. He gave me this, gave me my father repair it, gave us credits. When I think back on his face, it's all smudged out like on a piece of paper and someone's like erased it. It won't work except for it's all working. In fact, I improved it. The power output's better. The heat shield is graph tree bark, which will never fade. But the kyber crystal won't talk to me. Do I have to, do something? Or do you guys want it back? Do you guys know who it was? Was this like a...
Well, after all the modification, it is a bit tough to tell whose it was. And she'll take it from you. But I can do some research, and she pops out the kyber crystal like a magazine in a gun, right? Just bloop, falls out the butt. Well, this one is broken, and that's why it's probably not talking to you. I mean, they don't speak, but you can feel them in a way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool. Do you...
Well,
Yeah.
I'll do
When I
some
sit down.
research for you. If you guys want to hang out here or do whatever. But we have spare rooms. You guys can, kick your feet up until the next need arises.
I think we got some things to do in the city.
Sure. Again, your time is your own. If you want to stay here, again, rooms are always here for you.
So this is maybe I don't know. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So this might be like a metagame moment. How long will we be waiting for the research on the lightsaber? Like, do we got time to skip to another galaxy and go find something to do? Yeah. Or do we need to hang out here and do something in the interim? I'm just asking, like, time frame.
I mean, just as long as the research takes, it can wait until you get back. I mean, there's no reason that kind of has to be,
Got it. Okay, I didn't know if it was like it was gonna be like, oh yeah, I googled it. It's totally cool. Like, here you go.
I did a Google image search and then found that there was this Jedi's lightsaber.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they have a registry for every Force-sensitive person, but not one for their lightsaber weapons.
But it's been modified. It's been modified.
I mean, Second Amendment and everything, but come on.
It's a modified, illegal buttstock lightsaber. Okay.
This one's a bump fire lightsaber.
All too real, folks. No, I mean, outside you guys can really do whatever you want. She's giving you sandbox world at this point.
Okay, so I don't know if anyone else has anything for her. If we're like outside.
That was it.
Okay, I didn't want to jump in the middle of RP if there was still RP going on. That's what I was trying to figure out before you told me to just go on.
I think you're good.
Okay.
Mention the credits.
Nobody did mention the credits.
All right.
I think the deal was 200 credits apiece, and since we have the backing of the Jedi, we were hoping Jack could get in on that as well.
Well, I mean, clearly she's seen everything I did, so she has to know I was very valorant and helpful.
Instrumental, I would say.
Instrumental.
Invaluable.
That's a good word. Indispensable.
1B can't lie.
It is true. I do not have the programming yet.
Less contrary than roll.
What you say, Dob?
I have no issues. And you hear a little beep on your digital wallet. Plus 200 credits.
Yeah.
I think that's how digital currency works. So you just check your cell phone and it's like, I see the bank transfers.
Notification.
Captain's
Oh, I got Venmo'd. Great, cool.
Dabri, I mean, you know how to get in contact with us, but if you are done, I will say thank you and
yeah.
we'll
I mean,
meet
again, your time is yours. I'm here to assist. I'm here for the questions you may have about some of the things that are happening to your bodies.
Are changing bodies.
I couldn't even say that with a straight face.
I'll turn around and start walking out. The same way we came in.
Force
budding
only.
Jedi.
I know you have force only, please.
I'll catch Kenna on the way out if everybody's coming back down the halls and back out to the port.
I'm going to wait for everyone to go.
Okay.
All right, then I wouldn't catch you. I was one of the first out, so I'll just keep going. Yeah.
And so Dabri sees you kind of hanging around. Did you have a question?
Yes, it's about my sisters.
I'm not familiar. Who are your sisters?
We lived on Clio before it was wiped out. I want to know if, since you know me, if Kara, Dallas, or Jules, if any three of them had force sensitivity as well. If they were indexed.
I don't recognize the name. I believe you were the only one from your family line that was indexed.
Kara would have been a great Jedi. And then leave.
Okay. Yeah, a good minute after you see kind of back out to the hummingbird.
I'd pull, as we're getting closer to the hummingbird, I'd pull 1B aside and say, 1B, what upgrades might we need on the hummingbird if we're going to get into more of these kind of actions?
Some sort of
do you have
technology.
Yes, do you have an idea of the upgrades here?
Maybe some sort of mirrored plating. I am more of a organic upgrader than I am a machinist. But I will look into it.
I just kind of like lower my head and start processing. And I'll actually look that up in the meantime.
Yeah, I'm going to go to...
Thanks Aubrey. You're the best.
I'm going to go to Dreiss. Very kind of straight line Dreiss. We could, your ship, the Hummingbird, could use better engines, more planing. You're probably an astromech, better wiring. You need some heavier weapons, but you also need a docking port kind of built in. You might lose some cargo space, but you might want to think about a little light flyer to go out and be able to do. What?
I think that's a whole new ship.
That's a good idea too.
Maybe in the future. I'm quite fond of the Hummingbird, but maybe we'll see what we can add right now. We might trade up later. But I did want to ask you, are you okay handing off that lightsaber like that?
I mean, technically we were paid for repairs and it's repaired. It's not mine.
All right, just making sure. So how does strain on the ship minus? Do we have to do repairs? Is it just like you got to cool down? I mean, maybe that's something we could look up
later, but
Yeah, it's
that's where
just-
Dryce's mind is at, is just kind of upgrading and maintaining the Hummingbird at this point.
rests.
Okay, ship rest.
You just need a bitch a new paint job and you're good.
Um,
All right. Well, it looks like we have some downtime. Roll, I know you wanted to visit a cantina of sorts. I wouldn't mind either.
Yeah. Drink.
Jack, you good with that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't. As of right now, I don't have anything here other than Doll back there, and you guys.
Does anyone want to go anywhere? Anybody have any pressing adventures they want to get to?
How about I give you guys give me a call like tomorrow, and I show up again. This time, actually taking the taxi.
So you're gonna leave us again?
But this time, it's not as direct.
We're not in the threat. I get it. Okay.
Right, but I got private business to attend to.
I mean, is this a team building exercise? Does she have to come? Is it what?
No,
is it
no,
after hours?
absolutely not. We are free to do our own thing. Totally. I could use a drink. I think we could settle down a little bit and maybe pick up a few supplies here and there, and then come back and see what Dabri's got for us.
All right.
Or go do whatever. It doesn't matter.
I say the canteen is a good start, and Kenya we'll see you tomorrow.
And that's where we're going to end it, so we can think of some stuff to do after the game. We can metagame in between 2 weeks. I do want to say thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us tonight. Thank you, players, for playing. I appreciate the feedback, and that's how we get to learn the system better. We got some fun stuff planned. So that was tutorial mode for Force and Destiny.
We're taking the training wheels off.
Real game opens up after this. It's like that 2-hour intro in Final Fantasy. Yeah. Done. We're ready to fight real shit. But I do want to say thank you again, everybody, for hanging out. We'll be here again Wednesday for cross your fingers, folks. No technical issues. Yeah. For Wildmount, and then Sunday for Curse of Strahd. And then that following Monday will be the Guiding Light Days of Our Life Call of Cthulhu game. Be sure to come join that. And with that, we'll say goodbye.